You think the ocean is peaceful? Blue water, gentle waves, maybe a coral reef with colorful fish. But that's just the surface. Below 200 meters, sunlight disappears. Below 1,000 meters, the pressure would crush you. Below 4,000 meters, you enter a world so alien it makes outer space look friendly. If you fell into the deep ocean right now, you wouldn't last 5 minutes. Today we're going down, layer by layer, to show you exactly why you wouldn't survive the deep ocean. 1. The sunlight zone, 0 to 200 meters. This is the only part of the ocean that feels familiar. It's called the epipelagic zone, the sunlight zone. This is where plants photosynthesize, coral reefs grow, most marine life lives. Humans can actually survive briefly. But even here, the ocean is not your friend. If you fell in, salt water would dehydrate you. Waves would exhaust you. Currents could drag you miles off course. Hypothermia could set in faster than you expect, and that's just the safe part. Let's go deeper. 2. The twilight zone, 200 to 1,000 meters. At 200 meters, light begins to fade. By 1,000 meters, it's almost completely gone. This is the mesopelagic zone, also called the twilight zone. If you tried to dive this deep, your lungs would compress. Nitrogen narcosis could confuse your brain. Without specialized gear, you'd black out long before reaching 300 meters. And even if pressure didn't kill you, the darkness might. Predators here rely on bioluminescence, living light, tiny flashes in the dark, signals, lures, traps. You wouldn't see them, but they would see you. 3. The midnight zone, 1,000 to 4,000 meters. Now we're in the bathypelagic zone, the midnight zone. No sunlight, ever, temperature near freezing. Pressure over 100 times greater than at sea level. At 1,000 meters, pressure is crushing. At 4,000 meters, it's catastrophic. If you somehow appeared here unprotected, your lungs would collapse. Air spaces in your body would compress violently. Your eardrums would rupture. Death would be nearly instant. Creatures here don't look real. The anglerfish, with its glowing lure. The giant squid, nearly impossible to study. Transparent predators with needle-like teeth. They survive because they evolved for this pressure. You didn't. 4. The abyss, 4,000 to 6,000 meters. Welcome to the abyssal plain. Flat, silent, endless. This region covers more of Earth than all continents combined. Temperature hovers just above freezing. Food is scarce. Life moves slowly. Most creatures survive on marine snow, tiny bits of dead matter drifting down from above. Imagine standing here, pitch black, crushing pressure, nothing but cold mud stretching for miles. Even submarines struggle here. Only a handful of human missions have explored these depths, using reinforced submersibles built to withstand unimaginable force. Without that protection, your body wouldn't just be crushed, it would implode. 5. The Hadal Zone, 6,000 to 11,000 meters. Now we descend into the deepest trenches on Earth. The Hadal Zone. Including the deepest point on the planet, the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench. Down here, pressure exceeds 1,000 times the atmosphere at sea level. To put that into perspective, it's like having 50 jumbo jets stacked on top of you. And yet, life exists. Amphipods, snailfish, microbes. But human bodies, not designed for this. Even the strongest steel structures require careful engineering to survive here. One flaw, one crack, and the ocean wins instantly. 6. The real killer. Pressure. Most people think sharks are the danger, and they're not. Pressure is. For every 10 meters you descend, pressure increases by 1 atmosphere. At 1,000 meters, 100 atmospheres. At 10,000 meters, 1,000 atmospheres. Your body is mostly water, which doesn't compress much. But the air inside you does. That difference is deadly. Without a pressure-resistant suit or submersible, survival past a few dozen meters becomes impossible. The deep ocean doesn't attack you, it simply exists. And that's enough. 7. Why space is easier than the deep ocean. Here's something terrifying. We've explored more of the moon than our own deep ocean floor. Space has vacuum, yes. But vacuum is easier to engineer against than crushing pressure. In space, pressure pushes outward. In the deep sea, pressure pushes inward, constantly, relentlessly, and it never stops. 8. The psychological factor. Imagine absolute darkness, not nighttime, not lights off, but total infinite blackness, no horizon, no sound except distant creaks, no sense of up or down. Humans rely on sight for orientation. Take that away, and panic follows. Even trained divers can experience disorientation, claustrophobia, hallucinations, severe anxiety. Now imagine that. Combined with crushing pressure, your body wouldn't just fail, your mind would too. 9. And yet, we keep going back. Despite the danger, humans continue exploring. Why? Because the deep ocean holds undiscovered species, clues to Earth's history, potential medical breakthroughs, entire ecosystems we barely understand. More than 80% of the ocean remains unexplored. It's Earth's final frontier, not space, not Mars, the water beneath your feet. The deep ocean is colder than Antarctica, darker than space, more pressurized than anything on land. And yet life thrives there. But you, without technology, you wouldn't survive the deep ocean, not because it's evil, not because of monsters, but because it was never built for you. The ocean doesn't hate you, it simply doesn't care. And in the deepest parts of our planet, that indifference is deadly.